Ian.
Dave.
How you doing, buddy?
I am okay. I am more concerned with how you are doing. And we will get to how I'm doing because the news isn't fantastic, but I want to hear how you're doing.
Well, thank you. I have to, I'm very thankful that I'm feeling a lot better. Thank you to everyone who reached out to wish me well. So thank you very much to everyone who pinged me to tell me that they were sorry to hear about my ribby. It no longer hurts to toot, so that's good.
Oh, that's fun. I figured sneezing, but
oh god, yeah,
okay,
right, yeah. I would like. I just blew my nose. I'm pointing to where the Kleenexes are. Apex-adjacent automotive podcast. This is space work.
It's that way.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I would like hold my elbow into my chest and like blow my nose to keep my rib cage from moving. Yeah, but thankfully, there's long stretches of the day where I don't even think about it. A couple Advil at night, and I'm good. I sleep the whole night.
That's great.
So there we go. Yeah, and I'm not pushing it. I'm super bummed that I missed going to an insane concert with you. And
which we will talk about because that is one of my talkabouts.
Okay. Yes. It was like prolong recovery and have a fantastic time, or like recover faster and miss out on this. So I chose the latter.
Yeah.
But here I am. Yeah, I no longer really need to take hits off of my weird spirometer bong rips, so yeah.
That's good. I am glad to hear that you have healed up. Because that sounded terrible.
Thank you. Yeah. Doing better. Yeah. So, yeah. But anyway, Ian.
Yeah. Dave. Yes.
How are you doing, buddy? Or do we need to get into it?
Let's get into it. So I have a garage update, but also just like this is how my day went update. And it was one of those. So I had an appointment to go get summer tires today.
I was going to ask if you wanted me to come by and help you put on your summers.
So for on the all track on the family car, those all seasons that we had were spent. So it was time to replace them. And with the crazy logistics, which I will get into, of getting the second set of wheels to the tire store.
Oh, because everything's in storage.
It was just, I didn't want to mess with it because I don't even have a driveway now to like jack up my car. It would be on the street. So I was like, I'm just gonna take it to the tire place and hopefully they don't cross thread the bolt this time.
Right.
And so I that was the one thing I had to do today other than work. Right.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop the kids off. I'm gonna go to the storage unit, get the second set of wheels, put the car seats in the storage unit so I can fold the seats down.
Yes.
Put the wheels in the car, go to the tire store, and then reverse, and then home, and then I'm home the rest of the day. I'll be done by like 10:30. Is the idea. Dave, I put it into Google Maps. By the end of the day, we had driven 52 miles.
What?
And we're in the car for like 3 hours.
Because why?
So first of all,
how many times did you poop your pants and have to go home and change?
Oh my God. So the first thing that happened was I dropped my kids off at school and then realized that the storage unit place doesn't open till 9:30. And I had made the tire appointment for 9:15. So that wasn't going to work. So I called and they let me move it. So then I drove back to home. Then my wife was like, I love very much. But she was like, hey, I have some errands too. Can I tag along? And I was like, sure, great. We'll get to spend a little extra time together.
Yeah.
So then we go back to the storage unit to get the wheels. The storage unit is right by the Rockies Stadium, and they had shut the street down in front of the storage unit. So like I had to beg for permission from the cops to move a barricade so I could drive to my storage unit and then do the whole rigmarole with getting them out and car
Did
seats.
you actually convince cops to let you through?
Yes, I was like, I have a storage unit right over there. Can you just let me go? And then I think that I was like the fourth person who had asked already at that point, so they were like,
Gotcha.
sure, "Go ahead."
Okay.
I
I wonder
so
what was going on. If construction or filming something. Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, so then we get to the other side of town, which is where the tire shop is,
Uh-huh.
and as we're walking up, the power goes out on the whole block. Right.
Oh no. Okay.
I mean, this day turned into the last 15 minutes of Goodfellas. Like,
yeah.
so we convinced them to let us just can I just leave this set of wheels here?
Mhm.
And then whenever you guys get power back,
Throw the tires on.
you mount them, and then I'll come
Mhm.
back and you just swap them for me really fast. It would take 5 minutes. Yeah.
Mhm.
They were like, yeah, sure. And so I had no idea when they're going to get power back. So we drive and we go do all these. We drive back to the house because I have a work call to do my call, get back in the car, go do all these other errands, and just crisscrossing town.
Uh-huh.
And then while we're out there, they call and they're like, "Hey, your wheels are ready." I was like, "Okay, great." So we go back over there, and then we got to go back to the storage unit, talk to the cops again,
Still okay.
get the car seats back in the car, and then just make it to school to
Holy cow.
pick up the kids. It was crazy. I was gone all day. I did like 1.5 hour call from work here, and I had like a full day of stuff to get through.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So
There's those days where it's like you are fighting an uphill productivity battle,
yeah,
right?
yeah. And it was just that was it today. But I mean, literally, like everything that could have gone wrong. Like as we're walking up, we don't have any power. Christ. I had been on the phone with them like 5 minutes before I got there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were like, "We can't call you back because our phones are down now."
Oh
Cool.
man.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
But anyway, got my summers on. Got some Michelin Pilot Sport all
There you go.
season fours.
Yep. That's what I run on Luther is the Michelin Pilot Sport. I can't remember, but whatever Costco has, it is Michelin Pilot Sport all season, Michelin Pilot Sport AS. Yeah.
Yeah. I was looking at some Hancooks that were really well priced. But they didn't have great reviews for wet weather performance.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be doing a big drive.
Yeah.
And across, some very rainy places, and I really didn't want that to happen. Really didn't want any aquaplaning sort of situations.
Exactly. Like I don't know. I'm just of the mindset now, like autocross tires and like race tires and all that other stuff, like that's a whole nother thing. But when it comes to just straight daily driver car tires, I just go Michelin. That's all I do now.
Yeah.
I have them on my wife's RX450H, and they're changed the way that car rode so much for the better.
Yeah.
On Luther, yeah.
They are. They're pricey. These were on sale, but they're pricey, but they're like, right. Yeah. They're still more expensive than the other ones, but man, they are really good.
They're good and they last, man.
Mm-hmm.
They really do.
Yeah. I like them a lot. We had the older Continental DWs on. We had those on the Saab, and we had them on this car, and I did really like those. Those were, when they were new, especially, were amazing in the rain. Really, really good. But they didn't last that long. Was the big issue with them.
Yeah, and for hot shoe Ian, we need a tire that has some staying power, man.
Yeah, I gotta carve up the canyons, make the kids sick in the back.
Exactly. I want to see those Capri Suns and orange slices again.
Exactly.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, buddy. Wow. I'm sorry you had such a runabout day. Like, it's one of those days where it's like you almost just wish you could just like take a pass. Like just hit like a reset, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're
And I
playing like an
literally,
emulator, you can hit rewind, right?
yeah. And I literally told Jenny as I was walking out the door this morning for the first time, I was like, I really don't want to spend all day driving around the city. That's my goal today. And then that's exactly what I did.
It's exactly what you did, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Just like in line at the post office answering work emails. Like the worst. Anyway.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But
so what else do we have?
you know, I wanted to mention a little bit of I figured out what has been causing some check engine lights and fuel smells on the Fiat.
Oh.
And I managed to get this fixed before we went on the road trip where the car healed itself. Where I went to -1 engine codes. Yeah. So when PETA and I and Bip were at High Plains for that insane track day that you missed, where we had a rich person's experience, where PETA was the only one on the track for many, many laps. During the driver's meeting, Glenn, the guy that runs High Plains Raceway, was talking about how you only need a half a tank of fuel for the day at High Plains. And he talked about fuel sloshing and going into your evap system. And I've been doing autocross for 2 seasons now with full tanks of gas, near full tanks of gas. What the hell do you think is going to slosh into my evap system? All of the fuel.
Yeah. Interesting.
You know? Yeah. And so I was getting a P1 CEA or something like that. And that just wouldn't go away. Gas cap, didn't fix it. And I was still getting some fuel smell. And I think it was just so much fuel had gotten into the evap system that it was just done. So I replaced like the whole vapor canister assembly.
And it makes sense because you never really run it for long periods of time. You only ever run it for short bursts when you're sloshing.
Exactly. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all the just that little bit of data was enough for me to be like, oh, motherfucker. Like half tanks from now on, Dave.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, right? So PETA helped me replace that before we left. And I replaced that. And that evap canister, which came with like there's like a little kind of pump on it. And those fittings suck. One of them broke, but still it still held together. And oh my God, yeah, those connectors are the worst. One, you had to like pinch the sides and push the bar like a giant plastic staple in. Right. The next one, no, you got to pinch the little arms together, and that big plastic staple comes out the top, and they're right next to each other. Right next to each other. They are designed to destroy you mentally.
That's really funny.
Right? So there you go. Yeah. So anyway, that was all pre-rib break. That was all that stuff. I just wanted to tell you that I no longer have the vapors. The Fiat does not have the vapors. I still have all my standard amount of vapors.
Sure.
Emit from me, right? Yeah.
And pain-free now, at least. Yeah.
Yes. I have pain-free evap purging happening on my side, thankfully. Oh, I've cleared some codes.
It does still smell strongly of gasoline, though.
It does. I eat weird food. So there you go. So that's what's been going on in my neck of the woods, buddy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I do want to say, so we mentioned it briefly that you missed a concert.
Yes.
I got to go to see Idols at Mission Ballroom here in Denver, and oh my God, like I'd seen them once before at that venue, and it was amazing. And this time was equally as amazing. I got to go And I basically went by myself and then met up with Chris, our friend Chris Solfrain. And the way that I met up with him was basically we were texting before the show. I got there late, right as the opener was finishing or had just finished, I think.
Depending on the opener, that can be a good thing.
Yeah. I had wanted to see this opener, but I just got there late. Anyway, but we didn't find each other. And then a couple songs in, I get a text from him saying that he's up in front in the pit.
Oh, okay.
And so the last time I saw Idols, I saw the pit and I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy I'm not in that.
Fuck that.
And also I'm an elderly gentleman.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, well, I basically just lost my mind and went down there and participated in the pit as a gray-haired gentleman.
In his 40s.
In my 40s. And then the funny thing was, so what happened was I was sort of at the back of the pit. You know, I was kind of like at that border where there's like that little like demilitarized zone where like all the middle-aged guys are standing. And then they're watching all the young bloods up just a few feet
away.
Somebody
comes at them, they push them back.
Just get him, go. You go get him. Get him, sport. Yep. You push him back in. And so I was hanging out there for a little bit. And then Joe Talbot, the lead singer of Idols, did this thing where he had the pit, the guitarist got out in the crowd and it was like he was maybe 10 feet from me.
Okay.
But he was in the middle of like where the pit was. And so Joe told the pit to rotate.
Yes.
To rotate around the guitarist.
The pit NATO, if you will.
Yes. And so I saw my chance. I jumped in to that like manic conga line going in a circle and then got off at front of the front station.
Yes.
I rode it because I was like, there's no way I'm going to get through this crowd.
That's 40-year-old man pit wisdom. You're using the violent lazy river to your advantage.
That's exactly what it is. That's what it was. It was a violent lazy river. Lazy river. That's amazing, Dave. That's
Tell me
really
not to
funny.
make myself laugh.
Violent lazy river. Yeah. That's what I did.
Okay.
And I just got off at the front of the line station.
Next stop, front of the stage.
Yep. And I just remained there for the rest of the show.
Oh, sweet.
I've never been more disgusting in my life. I was just drenched in sweat. Chris
sure.
and I bumped into each other, found each other in the pit. At one point we were like getting jostled around and I said like one syllable at a time as we were like getting bounced out and like back together. Like, I'm nearly 42 years old. And he went, me too. Yeah. And then every once in a while I'd like catch the eye of another like old person. And we kind of like, yeah.
We're taking Advil tonight, Poppy.
Yeah. And then a couple of times, like a young person would look at me and then I could see their eyes like shift up to my hair if there was like a light on the crowd. And they looked like, you know, like they just saw like a great grandmother skydiving or something, you know, like, come on, man. Like, don't look that surprised. Just tone it down.
Dressed business casual.
Right. Like, just play it a little cool for me. Come on.
I think what it was you were the ghost of future. Like it was the
right.
Yeah.
Maybe. That's the I think that's the charitable view, but the look on their face was definitely like they just saw a dog playing basketball, you know.
It's not in the rule book.
Right.
Yeah. The rule book doesn't say a Labrador retriever can't play basketball.
I will say I was so sore the next morning.
Okay.
So sore. And I'm not like a, super pushy, shovey person, as you can imagine, because I'm tiny.
But also, these are your own words. You're built like a fucking teapot. So
I am. Yes, that's true.
Yeah, you stay steady.
It's true. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't get moved around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Low center of gravity and just, like a wiener dog and stuck in concrete.
Just low center of gravity and gumption.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much.
Okay.
But I was so I got up the next morning and the noises I made were just
It was, what it was like. It was during the COVID lockdowns when everyone would bang pots and pans at 8 p.m. every night. At 8 a.m. the morning after the Idols concert, all the 40-year-olds were like,
yeah, pretty much.
Did you see Sam, our buddy Sam, there?
I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, he was there. He said it was amazing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I knew a couple people, other people there too. We just never saw each other. Yeah, if you get a chance to go see Idols, I mean, go see them because they are ridiculously great in concert. Really, really good.
I'm bummed I missed it. I'm very bummed I missed it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I was hoping we could find crowd pictures of you. Yeah.
I saw Mission Ballroom posted a bunch of crowd pictures and I was like, please God, no.
It's just you upside down in the air.
Please don't be me.
Just gray hair matted from sweat.
Pretty much. I mean, I was, oh my God. And also I had like a jacket on and I didn't want to take my jacket off because I was like, I'm going to lose it. I was so sweaty, Dave. I was so sweaty. Also, I told this to Chris on the way out too, was that, I am also the person who, if a person takes a millimeter more than they're supposed to on the airplane seat, I'm fucking livid. But also,
right.
I just spent an hour and a half smashed up against complete strangers who were the sweatiest people I've ever encountered.
Yes. Yeah.
So both those things are true.
Yes, those don't have to be mutually exclusive. Yeah.
No. But to bring it to cars, so that was the whole thing was, so afterwards, Chris was kind enough to give me a ride home.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And I got to ride in his Saab 99, which was...
His Saab 99 is amazing.
It was so cool. It makes the coolest noises. And also, the interior is amazing. I love it. Yeah. The seats are fantastic.
I can't remember what it's called.
I think it's brown on brown on brown.
99. There's a special interior and that he has.
Yes. He told me about it too. Because it wasn't those
here.
Oh, maybe it was those seats. Those seats do look familiar. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember the exact name of it. Yeah.
He did tell me that they weren't from an SPG. They were from it was like a special. It might be the EMS.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is the EMS. Yeah.
Yeah. But those seats were fantastic. I think those are them. Man, so cool. And just like the view out is so great in that car.
I've never ridden in it yet. I need to. It
was cool. Really, the noises it makes are fantastic. Makes all the right turbo noises and all that.
Let's see. Am I still logged into Instagram on this computer? Let's find out. I think I might be.
Ooh.
And we can pull up. Yep, there's Atlantis King. We can pull up Lord Donut Boy. Yeah, our buddy Chris. There he is. We should see a picture of his fantastic Saab somewhere on here.
And it does have a big honking intercooler right in the front.
Yeah, right up front.
Yeah.
Yep.
The thing is super cool. It's really awesome.
Rad as hell. Yeah. The story's great too because he sold it, then he bought it back from the person he sold it to. And so, yeah. Yeah. Awesome, man. That's super cool. Great. I'm so glad you got to ride in it. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. It was awesome.
I'm so glad you got to sweat all over his super rare interior.
I know. I definitely apologize. I was like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm disgusting.
No, that's okay. That's okay, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome, buddy. I'm really glad you had a good time at the concert. I'm glad you didn't, have to do anything more than groan loudly to recover.
Yes, me too. At one point, I was like, man, if I get injured, my wife is going to be furious with me.
You went down to the pit. Yeah.
Yeah. You did what? And you're at the ER right now?
Yeah. Well, I'm bummed I missed it, but I'm really glad you had a good time.
I did.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
And there was no way I could have gone to that show with you and gone anywhere near the front of the floor.
No. Well, and actually, as I was getting into it and was like, this is a mistake, I was thinking, like, if David been here, there's no way I would have gone because I would have to stay with his injured ass.
Right. Yeah. Your mothering instincts would kick in to protect me.
Right. Right.
Even though I'd be telling you to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, it was fun.
Nice, man. Nice. Well, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah. What else do we have?
You know, I was wondering if we could start, speaking of car interiors, I was wondering if we could start a thing. I would love for people to send us pictures of their pets in their cars or animals in their cars, because we don't have a name for this or anything, but PETA sent us a picture of his dog Marlo in the passenger seat of his M3 with him. And I mean, Jesus Christ, can you get more freaking adorable than that? Look at his little ears, one up, one down. And he's sitting in the Recaros like a little human. Come on. Right? So text us pictures of your pets or animals in your car, 720-515-1391. We're putting them on the show. We're putting them on the show. That's it.
Okay.
That's all.
And also suggest a name for this segment.
Yeah, sure. Just, I don't care. I'm like a junkie. Just give me pictures of animals and cars, man. I don't care what I got to do for it. Yeah. So there you go. So please do that. And I mean, look at Marlo's adorable face. He's freaking cute.
That's very cute.
Yeah. So anyway, always welcome to send pictures, of pets and cars and cars and stuff. So there you go.
Yeah.
Speaking of animals, real quick, I just wanted to mention my wife did the thing with putting a hoodie on backwards and one of the kittens today. They're like 3.5 weeks old, and here is a baby kitten in my wife's hoodie that fell asleep for like 2.5 hours in the hoodie that she was wearing. Yeah. So
cute.
There you go. I did want to mention, Ian, when you were telling me about your insane day and like the concert and stuff like that, I think that there were several opportunities where the day could have gone different. Mm-hmm. Right. And so I was thinking about like a sliding doors kind of Ian, right? Like, two of you walk out of your house that morning, one of you gets stuck in traffic all day. I think I saw the sliding doors version of you that you wished you had instead.
Okay.
Because the sliding doors version of you went out and bought a fucking GR Corolla, buddy.
It's true. Yeah. Right. With a house falling down around him. And instead I spent money on this? Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw that. I saw this on the street and I was like, oh my God. Yeah. This is Ian in another parallel timeline. Yeah. This is multiverse Ian.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You can't see the gray hair in the picture, but
It's just fluttering behind.
Yeah. Hey, have you pined anymore for another car, or is all that stuff just so far on the back burner that like it doesn't even cross your mind that much anymore?
No, I mean I still want one of these.
Well, sure. But like, are you searching? Are you on the sites?
I briefly searched for, what was it? I don't remember what it was now.
Don't tell me it was a Quattroporte, buddy.
No, it
I have
wasn't.
to call the crisis line.
It wasn't. It was something I saw somebody do a video on, and it was something cheap. And I was like, "Oh, interesting." I don't know what it was.
Cap to my water bottle. Sorry.
Oh, I remember what it was. Tony Angelo on his channel had an E55 AMG.
Oh, yeah.
That he tuned, and he bought his for like $3,500.
What?
And then put a $2,000 supercharger upgrade kit on it, and it's making like 600 horsepower.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Bonkers. But also he has like a full machine shop and all that, and like 6 mechanics at his disposal. So not the same thing. Got to tell myself that not the same thing.
True. Yeah. You and I will be able to pull off an RX-8 LS swap in my garage, but like fabricating for an E55, probably not. Yeah.
Right. So anyway, God, yeah, RX-8 with LS that's on my list too. Man,
Peter and I were looking at the kits to do it. Yeah. Oh.
How kit are they though? Like how much custom work do you end up having to do?
Not much. No, it's more on the spin side at this point than the fabrication side. Yeah, people are consistently making the oil pan you need, all that kind of stuff. So
it's just a matter of sourcing the right block, and then you're good.
The right block, the right transmission.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So.
That is, I think, if I was going to do anything like that, like a custom sort of thing, that is way up there on the list. Because I love the way that I still like the way the RX-8 looks. It has a back seat.
It does.
And front engine, rear drive V8. Like that's a pretty sweet combination.
It's really cool.
Yeah. And they're not that expensive. Like you'd be into it for far less than you would this.
Let's go on Craigslist right now and find you an RX-8.
God.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I need.
This is what we're doing. We're going on Craigslist on Denver.
I have to drive
RX-8
across town 4 times to get tires changed.
There's only one on Craigslist right here in Denver. I'm not probably searching nearby areas, but yeah. I don't know. An RX-8 with a blown engine, we're going to be able to find you one, buddy. Yeah. You don't want to open up Facebook Marketplace right now, because then that just turns into you and I doing a Facebook Marketplace podcast.
You're right.
And maybe I want to open Facebook Marketplace in a little bit for something else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, yeah, let's put away bad ideas.
I think this is the first like true automotive choice that I've like really, really enabled. Like I've done some research to help further you along. Usually it's the other way. It's you doing a bunch
timing is great.
Googling. Yeah.
That's true. It is usually me going like, oh, that'd be a good idea.
But I mean, it's not like they're bad ideas. When I was going to get my old man sedan before that, you were suggesting Focus STs and stuff like that. So those are bad ideas.
Yeah.
You know?
No, they're usually bad ideas from me.
You just want someone else to make, so the listing goes away in Craigslist.
Yeah.
And you want access to it?
Exactly.
Okay. Well, anyway, yeah. Okay, we just got to get into it. Our dear friend Dana down in Florida sent us a Facebook Marketplace post a little while ago. I don't know what to do with this one, Ian, because I think we already have some Pinnacle Florida vehicles. I don't know if this really is something I'd want to replace with what we have on the Florida map, but I think this one just kind of needs to be seen. So let me copy the linky link here.
Okay.
And I just you just need to see it, Ian. So it's taking a while to load because the first picture is, of course, a video. Ian.
Oh, it's a Saab 97X.
It is.
Yes. Oh, and it's custom.
It is. Very custom. Yeah, so it's
Wow.
it's the Saab 97X, the Chevy Trailblazer. It's only the
Yep.
4.2 liter, so it's not the big boy.
Shattered. Wait. Shattered precipitations?
Perceptions.
That is misspelled.
It is. Precipitations. Shattered
That is not a word,
You're correct.
right? Am
You're
I crazy?
Percepitations is on the bottom of the window, on the bottom of the windshield. Giant sticker. And Google's gonna go, did you mean?
Yeah, because I see. It auto-corrected it to precipitation.
Right.
Perception. That is not, I think he's trying to say, this is no regrets.
Yeah, this is a no regrets
tattoo.
It is. It is.
And then, that's so for audio listeners, that's a windshield sticker on the bottom of the windshield, which again, how? That's only legal in Florida, surely.
Yeah, I mean, remember the no fucks given I think Camaro that Hammers and then our buddy Jared saw in Missouri. So yeah.
And then what does it say on the front?
Thought Patrol, THOT Patrol, which I always understood as that hoe over there. That's what
that's what I believe it is. Right?
Thought, a derogatory term for a woman.
Yes.
So yeah,
that's what it means, right?
I think so. I mean, you're asking a 46-year-old white man what a term means. I mean, I'll tell you what I think. Yeah.
The Swaggin' Wagon.
Oh yeah.
That's what it says in this description. That's the first line of the
wagon. It has a PA system, Ian.
It's got 185,000 miles on it. 185,000 Florida miles.
Yeah. Might need a new stereo.
Bad transmission.
Yep. Ian.
Or fix clean wiring harness. That's hilarious considering the only other things that it has listed as like good points are the PA system, the underglow. Like, I wonder what happened to the wiring harness.
And there you go.
It also has a Cobra badge on it.
Mm-hmm. And a Hellcat badge on the back.
Wow.
Yep. So...
And a non-stock 4x4 badge. Man, this is... Now, who among us will be brave enough to scan that QR code?
Not I. Not I. I think I know what it is.
Should I do it with my work phone?
Yes. No, if you squint your eyes, you can kind of tell the picture that it's going to take you to.
Oh, is it like a magic eye thing?
No, but it's a picture we've all seen on the internet.
Oh.
Of a person sitting on the edge of a bed. Yeah. The people try to get people trick people into seeing, I think.
Okay. Tell me after we're done.
So this is wild. I think when I first saw it, it's that thing where like in your head you don't catch a spelling error like Percepitations, right? In my head, I just saw Shattered Expectations, and it was that oh, this car is reliable, like, and so I was like thinking of this whole like all of the shattered expectations that you would have, like, but in a good way if you had this vehicle.
Yeah,
and their lack of spell check really messed it up for me. So.
Yeah, occupational hazard of being married to a writer is that I am constantly proofreading things. Also, I just want to point out, I do not have great attention to detail when it comes to like applying decals on things. This stripe is so far off.
Yeah.
But you could tell they tried to line it up, but it didn't work. Where like if it had been more off, it would be better, sort of thing.
Yeah. Or like the logic, there is a logic that they used. It's like, oh, it's like an inch from this thing, but that thing is shifted from one place to another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't know if we need to just start like a GoFundMe for Mr. Thought Patrol over here or something. But I think that this is interesting. I think as automotive enthusiasts, I think that it's when we see stuff like this, I think it's easy to bag on it, right?
Right.
And I don't want it to seem like we're punching, like we're kicking somebody, because somebody is doing weird shit with their car, and like in a way, I'm kind of into it.
Right.
You know, I want you to spell check.
Somebody has kept a Saab on the road for 185,000 miles.
See, okay, this is what we're getting to, because I think that there are so many things that we have in automotive culture where we're not just going to make fun of somebody, like, you know, but we want to point out kind of some insanity, like putting a Hellcat badge.
Criticism, like maybe don't take the classified picture of your car on your driveway, which is more oil stained than actual concrete.
But there's a Saab in it, so what do you expect?
But go to somebody else's driveway who bought a Ford instead, and then there won't be oil stains all over.
The listing says it has a bad transmission.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're asking this individual to push the car to a better photogenic location. But I don't want it to seem like we're punching down or kicking somebody or making fun of somebody, because they are, if you paint Thought Patrol on your car, fuck you, don't do that. All right, so we can still call somebody an asshole, but I don't know. This is a conundrum that I don't have an answer here. I feel very conflicted when I see stuff like this. And I'm thankful that Dana sent it to us, because it makes me lose my mind. I'm never going to be able to unsee the spelling on that. But I'm questioning myself. See, this is the thing that makes me think that we're okay as automotive enthusiasts, because we're always turning this stuff back on us, back on ourselves. We never, I don't know, would you say that we have hubris when we walk into situations like this? Some.
Maybe a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think also there's an element of like, oh, you know, we've all been dumbasses at some point in our life.
True.
Would have thought that maybe something like this was a good idea.
Yes. I mean, I kind of do. Like, if you take away all the stickers and stuff, I like this gradient here of like the blue into the maroon.
So, I mean, some of the like rattle can paint on this is kind of impressive.
Yeah.
For like a rattle can paint job. Yeah. Great work.
And some of the Daffy Duck Dodge Vipers on the mirrors.
Yeah. Some of the other choices, you know.
But so, yeah. I thank you, Dana, for sending this.
And good luck to this individual with the sale. That's
a thing. Yes, good luck. He sent it a little while ago, and I was like, oh, I don't know if this listing's still going to be. It was still here. Everybody.
What's the price? What are they asking for it?
Before I go back to the tab, I forget. Let's you and I both guess.
$4,000.
I was going to say the same thing. I'm going $1, Bob. Okay.
3,500.
3,500. 3,500 for the swap. I mean,
could be a decent donor for an RX-8.
Yeah, wild Saab, wild spelling. When you're firing up the Cricut app that runs your vinyl printer, like the little crafty Cricut vinyl printers that you can buy for like $200-$300, and there's a red underline under one of the words, right? Click that mammer jammer, because you're going to want to clean that up. You're going to want to clean that up before you hit print and burn some vinyl on it.
Yeah.
It could be one of their friends swap the letters just to mess with them.
Well, but that's what's so crazy is like they were obviously going for perceptions, but they're way closer to precipitation.
Yes.
Which in Florida, there's no solid precipitation to shatter. So it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah. What kind of
that far? Perception.
Yep.
Oh,
I don't know, but thank you, Dana. Yeah, we love you, buddy. So
excellent find.
Yeah.
What do you think, Dave? Should we play some games?
I do like that in our shared document, in our shared Google Doc, our table of contents we keep, Ian typed out Percepitations or peer.
Yeah, because I was like, wait, how did you spell that?
So that you can copy and paste it into other things. That's going to be the title of the episode, and it's going to have yeah.
Oh man,
right.
Good find, Dana. Thank you.
Yeah. So, if you wouldn't mind, could we play an FMK Cars?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right.
FMK Cars is the game we play on the show every once in a while, based on the classic game of Fuck, Marry, Kill. F means you drive it for a day. M means you marry it. It's your new daily driver. K means you kill it. It goes to the crusher.
Exactly. Thank you, Ian. To continue the theme of like a sliding doors, Ian, I was thinking after Dana sent this is how my mind works. What would be a multiverse version of Dave that just happened to be a Florida man? Okay. A Florida ginger.
Okay. I mean, other than, sunburn to all hell, but
exactly. Yeah. Right. So Ian, these are 3 cars that I have owned or currently own that are active listings in Florida on Facebook Marketplace. Okay. And there is a twist, a very Florida man twist.
You're going to Florida them?
I am. Let me pull this up because I have the browser tabs in another browser here. Okay, here we go. Ian, the first one is a Saab Viggen. This is the 5-door. Couldn't find a 3-door, but it's silver. It's a 2000. It's for $5,000. Okay.
It's got an automatic.
It is an automatic. Let's just pretend they're all delightful manuals, except for one that we're going to get to. Okay. Yep. This one has some rust, as you can imagine.
You don't say.
I know. So
a Saab in Florida has rust.
And these are all based on real Florida man headlines, these twists.
Oh.
Okay. There was a man who tried to evade the police, shirtless, of course, running through the Florida forest, Everglades, whatever.
Yeah.
Tried to climb a tree to evade the cops.
Okay.
And then eventually was doing like hand over hand monkey bars down a longer branch. And the cops are like standing at the bottom. And the guy his grip gives out and he falls like 12 feet onto the ground. Like that was his plan to run from the cops. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So every time before you drive this car, you have to climb the nearest tree shirtless.
Okay. Vegan.
Shirtless tree climb.
Semi-nude climbing.
Or full if you want. I didn't say it's not the rule book, Airbud.
Yeah. Depends where in Florida I'm going, I guess. Okay.
Yeah. Don't make me laugh like that. Okay. All right. Next up, Ian. All right. This isn't the year I had, but this is a 2009 Infiniti M45 Sport. Okay. Ian, in this, if you have this car, that's a great looking car. Come on. We have to admit this is one of the all-time greatest looking sedans that's ever been made, right? It's
a really good looking car.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, in this, Ian, you are the guy that complained to a judge that his neighbor's yacht was too big for the lot, and the judge sided with him. You are HOA Ian.
Okay.
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 Also, this thing looks clean. I'm not going to buy it, but it looks pretty clean.
It is.
They have the silver interior, which is really nice. Look at that.
It's a cool car.
It's a fucking amazing car. Okay. All right. So then, Ian, lastly, oh, buddy, buckle your whole ass up because I'm about to shatter your precipitation. Ian.
Precipitation.
Fiat 500 Abarth. Okay. Some fancy rally lights up front. You know,
I mean, rally lights, I'm kind of in already with rally lights.
Ian, in this, you have a mullet. I added that part myself. I don't know if the person in the Florida Man story did or not, but I assume they did.
Okay.
And a baby alligator.
Mullet, alligator.
And the car won't start until that baby alligator has a blood alcohol content of 0.1. There was a Florida man who was arrested for trying to get an alligator drunk.
Drunk alligator. Okay. Yep. So basically it's you know, when you go to the sandwich shop and they have the option to just like when you go to Jersey Mike's, it's I get a Mike's Way, or Snarf's, it's like I want all the toppings or whatever. You just get I want the full Florida.
Yes, full Florida.
Full Florida. That's what that's called.
These are cars that the multiverse Florida version of Dave had.
Yeah.
Or currently has.
Man, here's the thing, is I'm not big on animal cruelty. I'm going to take a bold stance and say I take a dim view of animal cruelty. Where do I find the bravery? However, I take an even dimmer view of me having my shirt off in public. So, a really dim view of HOAs. Oh, man.
I was going to say, if you are okay with being the guy who is known for complaining about his neighbor's yacht being too big, and getting the judge to rule in your favor, you would have to go to sleep knowing that you were that guy.
Yeah, so here's what I'm going to do. I am going to... Okay, yeah, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to marry the Abarth.
Okay.
And the mullet haircut and the drunk alligator, the full.
Okay.
That's going to be, so when I need to go across town 400 times in a day, that alligator is going to be going blind.
It's or you leave it running, and I can tell you, on the highway, the Abarth can pull 36.2 miles to the gallon. So
that would work too. Yeah. It'd be like a delivery truck. It'll just idle for 8 hours. I'm going to crush the M45 because I just cannot. I loved your M45. They're really great cars. That one looks really clean. That's the best. I think it's easily the best car of the three as far as like condition is concerned. I can't be the guy who goes to court over an HOA violation. I just can't. I can't.
And you're on the side of the HOA?
Right.
You could go to court fighting an HOA.
Specifically antagonizing an HOA, yes.
Yes.
There's a story going around of a guy whose HOA complained that his boat was visible from the street. And so he was ordered to put up a fence. And so he got a wood fence put up and then had a custom image of his boat painted on the fence, which is fantastic. I mean, that's yeah. I can get behind that. Pretty fantastic.
Yeah, that's great. Okay.
So I'm crushing the M45. I'm marrying the Abarth. And then for a day, I'm gonna drive the Vegan. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna find the one tree in the very south of Florida, climb it, and then I am going to give this thing as close to a Viking funeral as you can give a sob. I am going to VMAX it on the Key Bridge.
Okay. Yes.
And then I think by the time I get to the Florida Keys, I'm pretty sure this thing will just have disintegrated.
Yes. You'll be like a cartoon and you'll just be on a seat holding a wheel attached to nothing.
Yep, that's exactly what I was picturing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's a good decision. I also do like that this is a dealer sale sold as is. And it says that the key's not accepted. So this thing was stolen from somewhere.
A plus.
Yeah.
Clean title.
I think you've made a good choice, Ian.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think you and the drunk gator are going to get along real well.
Yeah. Me and Earl, you mean?
Yeah, you and future jerky that you're seasoning from the inside out.
Right. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well done, Ian. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Florida Dave and current multiverse Colorado Dave approve of you.
Very nice. I like it. I have a license plate game for you if you would like.
I would love to play it, man.
Okay, so this one has a theme, and this is, you know how I was like, oh, where do I get the bravery? This one is kind of themed on, edgy comedians who spend more time commenting on how they're an edgy comedian than actually saying any jokes.
Right.
And I feel like these all kind of have that energy of like, ooh, you can't handle how edgy I am.
Yeah.
Energy. And so the name of this one is that Ricky Gervais?
I can't imagine how you landed on that, thinking about edgy comedians.
Yeah.
I love it when somebody is like so much like they align with so many of the things that I value, but they're just an asshole about all of it.
Right.
Yeah. But anyway. Okay.
Bill Jeez.
We should say, except for the whole fucking misogyny thing, because there's a whole weird.
Oh, no, there's a whole other. There's a long laundry list of things with that dude.
Yes,
but even when he's right,
right,
wish he wasn't.
Exactly. Thank you. That is the better way to say what I was trying to get across. Okay, so is that you, Ricky Gervais?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Okay, well, this is an interesting assortment of vehicles because we have a Tesla Model S or 3.
A 3.
A 3 up top. Mm-hmm. We got a Mercedes AMG
C43.
A C43. Okay, and then down at the bottom, we got a little punchy Scion TC in black.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh boy, these plates. Okay. Lightning Rod is the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mischievous, and then Nasty Boy.
So for me, Nasty Boy, I can only hear in Buster Bluth's voice from Arrested Development. Nasty Boy. He said I was a nasty boy.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Nasty Boy. Mother.
Yeah. Mother says I'm a nasty boy.
Army gave me half day.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I gotta put Lightning Rod on the Tesla just because I think that's a dumb thing to put. Like, that's the dumbest thing to put on your Tesla.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even their name is Rod.
Oh.
I think that's it. I think that's it for the Tesla.
You think it's that deeply dumb of a pun?
I do. I do.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I think I'm going mischievous on the Scion TC, and here's my reasoning. I think that they were a dubstep DJ, strung together enough gigs to get the TC back in the day and the vanity plate, and I don't think that they've been able to keep up with the Wubba Wubba scene.
Interesting. Wow. There's a whole backstory.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
They got one big gig, and they were like, I'm moving out of Mom's house.
You know,
spend all their money immediately.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's one big gig.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And
opening for Skrillex. And there's no looking back. I'm the fourth opener for Skrillex.
Hey, yeah. I do have to say, I actually really like Skrillex now. I never thought like 2010 Dave would say that. But remember that fucking Missy Elliott song I played for you that fucking slapped?
Yeah, that's true. That was good.
And dude, like he's on this whole thing with Fortet, like DJing, and he's amazing. He's truly like, I never thought I'd say it, but I really, really like his stuff now.
It's the problem. He has done almost a reverse Weezer.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But the problem is that, so the problem with Weezer is that like the stuff that they release now makes me question whether I really liked or should have liked the early stuff, right? Because it just shows you the flaw. It's also a George Lucas. It shows you the flaws in the early stuff. And Skrillex is sort of the reverse of that, where like he's obviously a talented guy, and some of the stuff he puts out now is actually good, but I can only ever think of him in like 2010.
No, that's the whole thing, that like so many people can't get past that.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I'd argue that he's one of the best electronic producers of all time at this point, which is an insane thing for me to say, but you know how deep I go on electronica.
Wow.
I know, but he's putting out gold. He really is. He's a hell of a DJ, man.
Wow.
He pulls off shit live. Like he's spent the last 20 years doing nothing but being behind the decks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a weird moment in time. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny too, because I feel like a lot of people who come out and suck initially kind of like really lean into that.
Yes.
Like, and make a whole long career out of sucking. I mean, like the Biscuit. I think they're still around, and they just lean real hard into being awful.
Right. They have the shtick, and it's not like they're going to move on from the shtick, right?
Right. Like if they released, a classical album, everyone would be like, what the fuck? Can't do this now.
Right.
If you had done this 2 years after you came out, then everyone would have been like, oh, okay, interesting.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
It's too late.
Yeah. No, you're right. But I think that's mischievous. I think that's a
long way to say Scion TC.
You got into my very opinionated soapbox about Skrillex that but I'll fucking word fight somebody over it.
You get a rap battle over Skrillex.
And then
that leaves Nasty Boy.
I think that's going on the Mercedes. I think that they're pulling that off on the Mercedes. I mean, they're not pulling it off, but
does the fact that it's ended up on the Mercedes affect the way that you hear it in your head? You know what I mean? Like, how do you hear it in your head if it's on the Mercedes? And then how do you think a Mercedes owner hears it in their head? Because I think those are probably two different.
I think in the Mercedes owner's head, they think of it very aristocrat, like nasty boy, right? Very, yes. No, he's the nasty boy. He's known as a disruptor, like that kind of thing. Right?
Okay.
And when I hear it in my head, I just think nasty boy, like I hit the boy, Like it doesn't fit in my head, like how I think of it. So I have to put myself in the Mercedes owner's shoes and think, nasty boy. Oh my, what a nasty boy.
I love it. It's like an aristocrat. Nasty boy.
Yes, like I'm wearing a cummerbund and a dickie right now. Yes, nasty boy. Yeah.
Right.
So
like you're in a costume drama, and somebody had the faux pas to wear like a white tie to a black tie dinner. Ooh, a nasty boy.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, interesting.
Yes. So that's my very long-winded answer.
I like it. Okay, so you're saying it's lightning rod up top, nasty boy, lightning rod on the Tesla, nasty boy on the Mercedes, mischievous on the Scion.
I think so. I bet they're all wrong, but I painted this whole picture in my head.
Let's see.
Okay. All right. Dave, don't look. The folder I rarely go into.
I think you need to pray to our mother of Skrillex more often, because you've
got them all right.
You nailed it.
Ian.
I think that's what the secret is. You just need at least one DJ backstory.
I do.
And then you're locked in.
I am. I need somebody wearing New Balance, fucking white New Balances. Thinking that they're cool as shit in lightning rod. And a crazy backstory for a DJ that, that I obviously have very big opinions about. Yeah. And then process of elimination, homie.
Fantastic.
Well, thank you. That is a fantastic license plate game, Ian. That's one of the best.
Thank you. I was proud of that one. I thought it came together pretty well. Yeah. When that Nasty Boy was one I drove around the block for.
I bet you did. You did. Well done. Well done, Ian.
Thank you. Should we close it out? Album of the week?
Yes, we need an album of the week. Yes.
Okay. This week's album of the week, we're gonna pay tribute to Steve Albini, who died suddenly and recently.
Yeah.
We haven't had to talk about that on the show.
Remember Obachowski's story about him? Did he tell that on our show?
He did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've actually had a Steve Albini story on our show before. It's crazy. But also he's just, he's an irascible person from Chicago. So obviously, somebody I admired, and just his like not give a fuckness is pretty iconic. And then again, just put on headphones and listen to the drums on In Utero, or listen to his PJ Harvey record, or listen to Pixies, or on and on and on and on.
So freaking talented, man.
Anything he recorded. But in his honor, his band Shellac released an album just a few days after he died. Called To All Trains. And it's fantastic, hardcore punk rock. So go ahead and listen to that this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Steve Albini.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's one of those guys that like I never really vibed with, but he influenced so many people that I do.
Right.
He's that second set, like tier 2 influence for so much stuff that I like, man.
Yeah. I mean, Pixies by themselves, and Fugazi and all that. Like, so I have a weird relationship with like hardcore and punk, like straight ahead punk stuff, where like I kind of did the opposite of what you're supposed to do, and I've started liking that more as I've gotten older.
Okay.
Whereas when I was younger, I never liked punk music, and I certainly didn't like hardcore. And then now I've started finding stuff that I do like within that genre.
Okay.
And going back and listening to like the Shellac records I definitely like this, because this is very like raw and shouty and great. And obviously, he can turn a phrase. So this record is great. So go listen to this week.
Nice.
And then, have a outlandish opinion and shouted at someone and sign off a letter to the editor, fuck you.
Exactly. Yeah, like he influenced so many people even outside of music that I like the Steve, I can't remember his name, but he's the guy behind All Hail the Black Market, like the cycling guy, fantastic, like person in the cycling community. Yeah, like so many people that I liked Steve Albini and all the stuff that he did. And so, yeah, thank you for having this one as the album of the week, Ian. I'm going to listen to this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
I appreciate it. Yeah, RIP to a real one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, Chicago legend for sure.
Yeah. What was that interview where he was like sitting next to Dave Grohl and it was somewhat recent. I don't know, but he was just being Steve Albini and it was funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
he's clips of it online. Yeah.
He's old. That's the thing with him is he's only ever Steve Albini. Like after he died, there's all these clips going around, of course, which are all fantastic and great. And even like I saw like people, the band Fucked Up. I don't know if you ever listened to that, but they said something on Twitter, which was great, which was like, you didn't like our band and you let us know. But we still like even the people who he didn't like loved him.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. He had, outsized opinions about Steely Dan, which I agree with, by the way. There's a clip going around of him who some interviewer asked him if rock and roll was dead. And he said, well, they haven't managed to kill off fucking ska, so rock and roll was fine.
Oh my God, that's so good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he was best. So
yeah.
A bummer, but a huge catalog of great stuff to listen to. So go do that.
Absolutely.
Dave, I think we did a car show.
Yeah, don't forget to text us pets and cars 720-515-1391. Want to see them? We'll put them on the show. Just do it. Just fucking send them.
Apex Adjacent, all the other places. Thank you, everybody. We love you. Goodbye.